Well, what a massive loss and waste of time. So it's 7:30 now, right? So that's what, 4:30? 4 plus 3. Yeah, 4:30, right? So all I did today was sit at the petrol shop, because I did decide to go and you know, I ordered the airbag, right? And it's coming to Fargo, because I thought I was so smart, so I found all these parts online, right? Because we identified them by the bellows number, which is like the rubber piece of the airbag, right? And then I found Goodyear catalog, and over there it says go from this flex member part number, and then you'll see there'll be a few choices for the airbags, right? And the corresponding 3 airbags to this number, 566243165, that's the flexi member or flexi part number, the bellows number. The corresponding airbags were like 3 numbers, and they start with 1R12, which means 12-inch diameter, 1R12 dash, and then I think one was like yeah, one was 375, so 1R12-375, 1R12-432, and 1R12-523, right? And those look like that's from the Goodyear catalog, right? And so in the same catalog they have a corresponding number, like what's the equivalent third-party airbag, and that's what they found yesterday, right? When they said, yeah, come in the morning because we have like 5 trucks ahead of you if you come right now. And so I come now, the guy grabs that airbag, and I called him before. I said, do you still have it? The guy says, yeah, we still have it. So we come in, and now we have to egress from the cab to finish the story, because yeah, I don't think I'm too tired to do any well, we'll do something, but you know, it's Sunday and I can hear it's leaking from here. So if anything, it became worse. But basically, so that's the, see this part, that's the bellows, right? That's where the number was. And then at the bottom here, that's the piston, this part, piston. And then it's bolted like this, right? And then there's a top. And so, well, they put some sealant on it, so it should get hard, but I just need to kill the pressure so that the airbags go down. So basically, they get the new airbag. It fits in here because that's where the air comes in, right? The same hole is here. You see 2 here, 1 here. So this part fits, the bottom does not fit, because the bottom, the piston on my airbag has about 8 inches between holes. You know, like if you, like, holes are like this, and there's 8 inches, like this distance, 8 inches, you know. And on the airbag that we found, which is the equivalent of what the Goodyear gave us, it's like 5.5 inches. It's much smaller. And he says all I can do is, because there's a whole bunch of holes in there, in that foundation where the piston connects, he says all I can do is I can only match with 1 hole. And I said, 1 hole? Like, I'm not sure, like, because you know, at the top it has one nut, right? And before it had 4 bolts. And then, just out of curiosity, I looked up at the truck airbags. You see, of course, truck airbags are totally different, but at the bottom here you only have 2 bolts, 1 in the back and 1 in here. So 2 bolts would be okay. I said, hey, I would feel good if you can put 2 in, but just 1, that I don't like that. And they said, okay, let's look for different airbag that, you know, maybe similar. So, and I have the catalog. She has the catalog. and we're all working on it. We're trying to find the proper airbag, and then the lady comes out with the idea. She says, how about we take off the piston from your airbag, because nothing's wrong with the piston, it's what leaking is at the top there. And I said, wait, you can do that? You can disconnect the piston? And so they disconnect the piston, which it's like a foundation of the bag where all the bolts go, and turns out it's nothing to do with the airbag itself. It's just a metal piece. You disconnect it, and for some reason she couldn't find any parts that fit that. And then of course all airbags, they have different height. I'm telling you, I learned so much about airbags that I didn't even want to know. Besides the diameter of the top plate, diameter of the bottom plate, the bolt pattern at the bottom, and I learned that there's two heights. There's compressed height, like when you stand on it, fully compressed, and then there's extended height, when it's like, you know, where the full air is in, but there's no pressure. That's the extended height, and they're all different. So, and I'm thinking, you know what, like, it doesn't seem like the proper airbag, but according to the Goodyear, it is the proper airbag. So finally the lady, I'm sitting there. First of all, I came in at 7, and of course there's like 3 or 4 trucks before me, and they only put me in around like 12:30, 1 o'clock, you know. And I'm sitting there, I go back to the truck stop, I get some food, you know, I come back. It's been like whole day, right, just for this stupid airbag. And then so we'll just sit here, see if there's any trucks passing. Yeah, and so then they put in, they decide, oh yeah, they try to find the one of the ladies says, let me grab your airbag and I'll go to a local parts distributor, because she says if you bring your own airbag we cannot install it, but if we buy it then we can install it. Like they have this policy where they don't allow people to bring in their own parts, I guess for warranty or insurance purposes, or I don't know. So she drives over to a parts store and cannot find anybody. Like it says they're open for repairs, but the office is not open, and that's where they have all the catalogs, right? So she cannot find the corresponding number. So she comes back and she starts looking for the suspension plates. So she finds the website of GeneCore or JC Trailer, because of course she can see the, you know, the serial plate and stuff like that. And I said, what are you trying to do? Like, is there anything I can do to help? And she says, well, I'm trying to find what type of suspension it has, like the actual model number, because we see it says ride wheel suspension, but what the model. And I remember that JC gave me an envelope with some literature, right? And I didn't remember if I threw them out, because I threw out everything that I had about the truck, because they were just sitting there, you know, thick envelopes with stuff I never use. But this one, I just got this Jeep in January, right? I thought maybe I still have it. So I go inside, I open my cupboard in there where I remembered I put something, and I find the envelope, and it says SERGEI Jeep booster and neck extension. And the first thing when I open that envelope, the first thing I see is the ride wall suspension page. And right on page 1 it states, it says air spring. They don't call it airbag, they call it air spring. Air spring, and there's 2 numbers listed, and they're totally different from what we found based on the flex member of the bellows number, right? And so they give us these 2 numbers, and I go back to the Goodyear catalog and I can find those numbers, and they're slightly different, but like the compressed height and the full height is very, very similar, just maybe like 1/10 of an inch difference. and I see the top plate is proper diameter like my previous one, because I measured it was 9 inches at the top, 10 inches at the bottom, and I see that the bolt pattern is proper. It's 8 inches, or like 7.9 between the bolts, between the holes. So I know this will work. And the only problem is one of these has no corresponding parts for Firestone or any other brands. It just basically, it's only made by Goodyear. That's what it looks like. And that's, so one is off the table, so we cannot use that one since they don't carry Goodyear parts, right? So then we look at the other one, and that one, the other one of the two listed on the page for my Jeep specs, and that one does have a correspondent Continental and Firestone number that she found, and of course they don't have it in stock. So they don't have it in stock. She says we can order it for you, but it's not going to be here until Tuesday. I said no, forget it. I said now that I know the proper part. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, it turns out that of course the part I ordered was the same part they were trying to install first thing in the morning. So that one has only 5.5 inches between bolts. At the bottom it would not fit. Like the bag is okay, like the bellows, the rubber part, but the foundation, the piston is wrong. And so I emailed, thankfully it has not been yet shipped. They took my money for this airbag, 148 bucks plus 56 for shipping. But I know they're much cheaper than here. Like these guys wanted 280 bucks for the airbag, you know. Thankfully it did not fit for this entire time. I think I paid like 150 bucks. 150 bucks. And so yeah, I emailed the online source and I said let's cancel it. Hold on one second. Who's calling me here? All right, hold on. Hello. Yeah, sorry for that phone call. A friend of mine called asking how things were going, so I had to give him an account. But yeah, looks like I did everything I could with that airbag, and I'll probably be here till lunchtime tomorrow, because even though my permit company is in Iowa, but I'm waiting for the permit for Idaho, which is pretty much the same time zone as I'm at. So 6 o'clock here, it's 8 in Iowa, but that does not do me too much good. Well, at least the weather's good. So I'm off to my hotel, go watch some TV, enjoy the $58 a night air-conditioned suite, and finish this video. So yeah, the best outcome of this entire day struggle with the airbag issue is that I finally know the proper airbag number, the part number, right? I have two actually to choose from, so now I can order them anywhere. And I hope that silicone glue they used over there will solidify overnight and stop the leak and allow me to get to Fargo, because I'm pretty sure that tomorrow I'll be talking to the dealer where I ordered the previous airbag, and I'll try to change the order to the proper part number. And you know, it's like they charge 56 bucks and it's next day air, so I'm pretty sure they can get it there by the time I get to Fargo, and I can pick it up and get it installed. So stay tuned. The airbag saga will continue, and hopefully my my heavy haul trip will resume tomorrow.